What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to the final race of the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series, live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. We're going to crown a champion. In fact, we're going to crown two champions tonight. Race 1 and Race 2, two complete programs at the dirt track at Charlotte here tonight. Twin 35-lap features on tap for the 360 cars. And for all the marbles. We're loading in now. Trading Paint's catching up to us. Getting everything settled in. Hot laps for race number 1 has just under 3 minutes left. Let's talk about the championship standings themselves. Gonna bring them on screen now. As you can see, in race number 1, after 8 of 9 races, Adam Elby is currently 62 points ahead of his teammate James Edens. Very, very comfortable lead up top for Adam Elby. 2 race wins. Edens has matched that mark. Chris Roberts is 3rd, James Tiernan 4th, and Dylan Workman is 5th. If Adam Elby finishes 15th or better here tonight, he will lock up said championship for the Race 1 season. He is in the lobby, as is James Edens. So both guys alive. It is possible to get heat race points as well, so there's plenty of things that can happen. But right now, the most likely scenario has Adam Elby of Swindell Speed Labs taking home the championship. But James Edens, he's going to be out there trying to make it happen. Glad everybody could join us here on Tuesday night. Zardul says he's in a hotel room. You gonna try to race? There, yeah, he's out there. Hotel room internet, turning laps. $46 seconds left before we start qualifications here tonight. Dirt track at Charlotte, one of the most favorite places to hit throughout the season. Air temp 77 degrees, that's pretty good temperature. It's in the moderate track wear range. This track gets extremely bumpy on the top side when it wears in. So you're going to have to keep an eye on that as the track state progresses. You'll see those bumps down the backstretch especially. These cars will be hopping around. Only the best setups and the best drivers will be on the cushion towards the end of the night, but that might be the fastest way around. Blake Majulis, Kyle Sosnowski, Kendall Tucker, Rusty Kruger, and Billy Rowley, your top 5 in hot laps as we get ready for tonight's qualifications for the race number 1 championship. Here we go, heading out on track now for qualifications. Let's ride along. He was in the top 5 here when practice rolled around. Billy Rowley, Team SETI driver, Wicked Energy Gum Machine, on track now. number 1. See what Billy's got here. Going to be a 13.871. Third quick for Billy Rowley. Cole Cabre goes P1. Here's Alexander Balducci out there turning his second lap right now. He's currently 7th, now 9th. Starting to go down the list. James Edens, second place in the championship, goes P1. Edens with quick time. Watching Matthew McKinney out there. Colton Hardy to P4. Trying to find out where our points leader has qualified. Yeah, he's actually on track now. Here he is. P4 for Adam Elby in the late stages. Let's see if he can better it here. On lap number 2. He might actually. No, very, very close. But Adam Elby going to end up P4 here. Looks like we've got 45, 51. Bunch of cars here to do battle. And we are ready for heat race number 1 here tonight. Kendall Tucker, quick time. Swindell Speed Labs right out the gate, looking good. See everybody loading in now. Been a long afternoon for myself, actually. Got a box in the mail from Mr. Tim Sims. Gonna open this bad boy up while we're on stream here. Tim Sims, of course, big supporter of the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League and Elbows Up TV. Got some goodies here. Waiting on quick time Kendall Tucker to come in the lobby here. Oh wow, t-shirts galore. A whole box of t-shirts. Looks like we got some hats. Dirty Dicks, Eldora Speedway, a whole bunch of stuff. We'll have to go through this here in a little bit. Maybe do some giveaways coming up. Shout out to Mr. Tim Sims. Jim Workman says, hey, I need something free. We'll see what we can do. Let's talk about our starting lineup here as we get ready for heat race number 1. 10 laps to distance. Top 4 will advance to tonight's A main. Jeff Fitzpatrick on the pole in the 090. Tyler Schell to his outside in the Elbows Up Sim Sport number 85. Zane Scott, Team SETI driver, inside row number 2 with Kendall Tucker. The 00 Swindell Speed Lab machine to his outside. Billy Rowley and Seth Cheney, row number 3 with James Tiern, another Elbows Up Sim Sport driver with Brennan Lacey, row 4. Skylar Castor, Tim Berner, row 5. And Bill Rocky will round out our field. We are getting ready to rock here in heat race number 1. As we said, 10 laps to distance. Top 4 will advance. Who is going to have what it takes? Jeff Fitzpatrick gives them green. Tyler Schell to the outside is going to power around Fitzpatrick. To the race lead goes the Motorsports Beat number 85. Quick time, Kendall Tucker has made it around Zane Scott. Zane not giving up. He's fighting back to the inside of turn 2. Down into 3 they go, side by side. Jeff Fitzpatrick being used as a pick at this point. Still even. Now Kendall going to duck to the inside as the caution flag waves. Problems for what looks like Billy Rowley. Let's back this up, see what happens. Rally with the slider in behind him. Oh, wow. James Tiernan in it as well. Tim Burner got some. Wow, 4 or 5 car accident. I want to see here. Seth Chaney is the man that's going to get squeezed into the wall by, who is that? The 714 of Brennan Lacey. And then Lacey bounces off of Chaney and collects Rally, which turns him into Tiernan and a couple other cars. Just unbelievable turn of events there, which took a lot of quick race cars out of this race. There's where we're at right now. Tiernan has went to the pits. That's why he went up in the order. You see him there to the inside. We might be going back green this time. So, Kendall Tucker right now has the final transfer spot. Tim Burner actually might have some damage on this thing. Okay, we do have one more lap before we go green. Let's take a look at Burner's car. No, still no. He must have got a ghosted straight through that incident, which is good for him. Bill Rocky, the last car on track. Yeah, Zane, I tried to reset everything before we started. I think we got what we got right now. Skylar Castor is the odd man out right now. Here we go. Problems for Fitzpatrick. Contact with a 37 is Zane Scott. They bounce off of Kendall Tucker. Now Burner into Scott. Scott in the outside wall. Lost his front wing, but the sim gave it back. Kendall Tucker was able to get through that melee. He's currently in second. Jeff Fitzpatrick still holding down third. Fourth place is Bill Rocky, who restarted seventh. Right now, Bill Rocky is in as we are coming to the white flag, but here comes Zane Scott. The Team City driver makes contact with Rocky, both of them into the fence. Skylar Castor drives through to the fourth and final transfer. Tyler Schell is going to win heat race number 1. Kendall Tucker second, Jeff Fitzpatrick third, and Skylar Castor comes home in the fourth and final transfer. We started that race with 11 cars, and 5 crossed the damn line. If that is any indication of what kind of excitement we are in for tonight, oh my goodness. Big Dog, thank you for the follow, my friend. All right, good. Looks like the stream has settled down here just a bit. See if that holds firm for us. Back to Comcast Internet next week. Should improve our issues here. What track should you get for sprint cars? Every damn one of them, Ethan. Every damn one of them. There's only 7. Which, you know, if you're looking for I guess an iRacing bargain, if you want to pick a series that you're going to follow or maybe focus on, dirt is definitely the way to go because you can buy 7 tracks. And that works for, 4 or 5 different types of cars. If you buy the sprint car, you get the 305, 360, and the 410. So that's always a positive. But, you go NASCAR racing, you got 20-some tracks to buy, and those tracks only work for NASCARs or Indy cars or, that sort of thing. Should see, what is it, Lernerville coming up in a month? Well, I guess not a month, a couple weeks, right? Lernerville coming that way, or another Pennsylvania track. On the pole, heat race number 2. Team SETI number 22, Tropical Storm Mason Hannigan, and his outside Matthew McKinney in the 195. Colton Hardy and James Edens making all Swindell Speed Labs second row. Richie Preston, Peyton Grease, row 3. Joshua Johnson, Nathan Stein, row 4. John Lowe, Randy Rockwell, row 5. And rounding out our field is the 71 of John Lepresto, who looks to be trying to time it right and get a good run. Hannigan brings him down real slow. McKinney got a really good start there on the outside. Here we go into turn number 2. Edens around the outside. Here comes McKinney. Just like heat race number 1, where Tyler Schell took advantage down the backstretch this time. Matthew McKinney takes the lead. James Edens on the bottom, sliding up the track, currently in 3rd. McKinney in the lead. Hannigan holding firm there in the middle. Not giving up as of yet. Edens had a little bit of a slip, had to let Hardy back around. Ooh, near contact between those two. Peyton Grease is the guy just waiting for one of these boys to make a mistake. He'll come through and take that 4th and final transfer. Thank you very much. Still got to fight for it right now. James Edens holding on. 2nd place in the championship. He doesn't want to give up. John Lowe and Lepresto crash in the rear of the field. Caution flag will wave. Let's back it up, see what happens here. Lowe down into turn number 3. The 117 comes down the track, makes contact with Lowe, who collects the 71. That's Joshua Johnson, who was trying to make a move. Did not realize that he had a car beneath him, and carnage did ensue. Nobody's showing up on our list today because it's McKinney. Edens never shows up. Peyton Grease actually showing up. That's weird. So it is Matthew McKinney, Mason Hannigan, Colton Hardy, James Edens in your top 4. Peyton Grease is currently in 5th. Zardul pointing out that it's Fairbury that we're getting next month, which is true. I kind of gave away the next track in line. I probably wasn't supposed to say that. Whoops. We're going to go back to green, working lap number 9. That's going to give us 2 laps left in this heat race. Matthew McKinney has control. Mason Hannigan in 2nd, been hanging tough the entire race. Peyton Grease wants to make a run here and put himself in tonight's feature. Winner of this heat race will start outside pole. Matthew McKinney right now in position to do it. Grease has a run on James Edens to the bottom of the track. Slide job is in. Contact with Mason Hannigan. Grease takes out Hannigan. They collect Joshua Johnson. White flag is out. They will race to the finish. McKinney under fire from Colton Hardy. Hardy with the hard slide job. McKinney gets back around. Matthew McKinney will win. Hardy 2nd, Edens 3rd. And Richie Preston actually gets passed by John Lepresto, who has no front wing, but will transfer in 4th. Boy, I don't think Mason Hannigan's going to be very happy with Peyton Grease. Peyton was going for it there, put the slide job on Edens, but with so many cars so close together in that group, there was just not enough room for him to get clear of one car and not clear of another. Peyton, normally a very clean racer, more famous for crashing himself than others. It's most certain that he did not want to do something like that, but did it? He did. So, We've had 2 wild heat races. I know we got people pissed off in the pits. I guarantee you, we have already got hurt feelings. We've already got scuffles. I guarantee it. And we got more to come. This old boy right here, starting on the pole, known as Mr. Excitement, Rusty Kruger. To his outside in the 09, Dylan Workman. One of those 5 drivers up there in points. No chance to take it home tonight, but Workman, pretty good season. Cole Cabray, Swindell Speed Lab driver, inside row number 2 with Shea Palo, elbows up Sim Sport driver. To his outside, been running real well here recently is Shea. Kyle Sosnowski and Alexander Balducci, row number 3. Balducci, another driver, been doing really well, especially early on in the night. That car is really hooked up in the wet right now. Tyler Hinselman and Jeff Floro make up row number 4. Jonathan Smith and Philip Normandine, row number 5. And rounding out your field is the 27 of Connor Bolding. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance to the A main. Rusty Kruger going to give him green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Really bad start for Dylan Workman. He has already been passed by Cole Cabray. Sosnowski to the inside of Shea Palo. Sosnowski puts the slider in. Comes even with Workman. Palo caught up as the race lead changes hands momentarily. Cole Cabray put the slider in on Kruger, but had to give way. Now Sosnowski puts the slider on Cabray. He's not going to leave him room now. Workman to the inside of the 71. He will leave room for Cabray, but right now the middle rolling really well. Wow, now Sosnowski around the 5. Cabray caught out as Rusty Kruger backing up after contact with Dylan Workman. Kruger trying to get back to the 09. Shea Palo was the big winner there. He made 2 positions off of that. Kyle Sosnowski, who started this race in 5th, leads. A little bit of contact there between Palo and Workman. Palo's going to get that spot. Here comes Kruger as well. Philip Normandine coming forward as well. He's in 7th, just lost a spot to Alexander Balducci. Oh, we're heating up for the transfer spot. Cabray had a little bit of contact with Rusty Kruger. Kruger slide job in on Workman, leaves him space. Now Cabray with the slider. Kruger able to easily counter that maneuver to hold on to the 4th and final transfer spot. Balducci almost making contact there. Cabray came down the track and squeezed him. Now Kruger with the slide job on Workman. There was contact, but Workman was somehow able. Oh, there he goes! Outzone! I'm not even saying real words. Rusty Kruger. Let's back this up. This crash basically started in turn 1. Here we come out of turn 4. Kruger's going to put the slide job on Workman. Little bit of contact, which turned him into the cushion. He got around it, but then he's going to hit a bump there in turn 3, which turns him sideways, collects Normandine, and loses a lot of spots. Checkered flag going to wave here. Sosnowski's going to win. Shea Palo 2nd, Dylan Workman 3rd, and Cole Cabray will transfer in 4th. Sosnowski from 5th spot takes the win and will start inside row number 2 in tonight's feature. Fantastic drive for the driver of the 177. Heat race number 4 of 5 hitting the track now. Another all-star cast. Ooh, look at this. Hold on, let me get a closer view. Wow, fresh new paint on that stanky machine. Black Diamond number 80. Tim Sims on the side. We talked about Tim Sims sending me a gift package here. Got a bunch of free t-shirts and hats that we will absolutely figure out a way to give out. beautiful car. I like it. You'll notice when people get fresh paints because I will find them. I see enough of these races. I get excited for the action, but I'm more interested in the cool looking paints. Heat race number 4 on track now on the pole in the number 57. It is Anthony Lepresto. And to his outside, the Black Diamond number 80 of Joshua Steinke. Thomas Garriott inside row number 2 with current points leader trying to be champion, Swindell Speed Labs number 74, Adam Elby. Team SETI, number 57, Wicked Cushion sponsored machine. That is Craig Dunn inside row number 3 with Nathan Kropaszewski to his outside. Chris Roberts and JB Craighead make up row number 4. And William Duvall the second and Charlie Bragg round out your field. Going green this time by for 10 laps. Top 4 will advance. Lepresto on it. Ooh, near slip there on the cushion. You could see Lepresto, Steinke, and Elby right there. Steinke going to put the slider in. Can Lepresto battle back? Not going to be able to as of yet, but he's not giving up. Slider in. He leaves Steinke room. Leaves Elby room as well. Adam Elby on the outside. The middle still working pretty good. That slider line's pretty quick. Oh, problems for Lepresto getting in. Elby nearly getting into the back of him there. I say nearly. He did. Now contact! Elby, the points leader! Upside down in heat race number 4! Oh, no! Did you want some drama? Did you order it up? 'Cause you got it. Lepresto is going... Let's back this up a little farther, because it starts right there in turn 1. Lepresto has a little trouble on the cushion, which scoots Elby back. Garriott slides up the track, making contact with Elby. I say he slid up the track. Elby was in the middle too. Just two drivers fighting over the same space. But my goodness, the championship implications. Here is the story. Adam Elby has to finish 15th or better in the A main to clinch the championship. That means if Edens wins and Elby isn't 15th, then Elby loses. Right now, Adam Elby is looking at the D main. The D main. This championship battle is going to go on all night long. Man. I hope you guys are in it with us for the long haul. We're going to have fun here. Steinke going to give him green here, working lap 7. Lepresto right there on his tail. Craig Dunn in 3rd. 4th place belongs to Christopher Roberts. William Duvall on his hotel internet. You can see him disappearing, but he's right there. He's in 5th. They're 3 wide for 2nd, by the way. Anthony Lepresto and Craig Dunn battling it out. Dunn with the slider. He's going to leave Lepresto room. There he is in 5th. William Duvall disappearing just for a moment. But he's just waiting on a slip up here to find his way into tonight's feature. Roberts in 4th. Has the spot right now. Lepresto trying to fight back on Craig Dunn. He started this race on pole. Remember, we as Joshua Steinke takes the white flag, he's coming. Steinke's going to take victory here in heat race number 4. 2nd place going to go to Craig Dunn. Anthony Lepresto 3rd. And Chris Roberts will transfer in 4th. What I was saying is we invert the top 4 of each heat race. So the fourth place driver, the driver that starts the outside of row number 2, is actually the fastest qualifier in said race. Lepresto started on the pole, so he was the 4th quickest qualifier in the race. But still, the way this deal is set up, if you're out front, it's hard to get around you as long as you don't make a slip up and you're not having trouble out there. You drive a solid race, you're in good shape. Scott, this is the dirt track at Charlotte. This is the normal home for the final race of the World of Outlaws season. And tonight, it's the site of the final races in the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series. Blake Majulis, another Swindell Speed Lab driver, sitting on the pole here for heat race number 5. To his outside is the 51 of Mark Broderick. Inside row number 2 is Chance Crum, Kinzer Sim Team machine. One of only a handful of times we've seen Crum this season. He's got Justin Thomas in the Mode Motorsports number 9 to his outside. Robert Satterfield and Kevin Hanley make up row number 2. Jeffrey Stewart, Elbows Up Sim Sport driver, has Kyle Sargent to his outside. And Connor Lane and Daniel Lawson, the 5th and final row. Majulis going to give him green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Wow, you got a great start. Broderick trying to hold off Crum right now. Crum put it in there hard, was unable to take the spot, but he's not giving up. Crum with the slide job. Broderick has to give way, and he's got Thomas to the inside, boxing him in. Thomas now dives in. You see the middle of the track starting to wear. That middle to low line turning a little black. Right now, Thomas under fire from Kevin Hanley. Oh, Hanley! Hanley and Broderick. Heavy contact. Let's back this up. Hanley making a run on Justin Thomas. The slider comes in. Very, very similar to what we saw between Peyton Grease and Mason Hannigan. In this case, however, I do believe Broderick is going to have a slip because there is a sizable gap there. This is not like the restart that we saw. Let's watch Broderick. There it is right there. Hops into the cushion, buries it hard, which slows him down and cuts him across the track. And that, Hanley, I don't blame Hanley on that one. It's hard to expect that. There was a big gap. Had Broderick not had his issue there, he would have been long gone, and that slider would have been totally clean. But the story is the story. You saw what happened, and both of those drivers, Hanley to the rear of the field, Broderick is out. Top 4, Majulis, Crum, Thomas, and Jeffrey Stewart, who is up 3 spots. Currently in 5th is Connor Lane. He's got to make one more spot. Zardul, not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. We did see it, though. Majulis going to give him green here on lap 7. Another great start for Majulis. This time it's Chance Crum watching him drive off into the distance. Oh, contact between Stewart and Thomas. Jeffrey Stewart, who had a transfer spot after contact with Justin Thomas, has given it up. Connor Lane now around the outside of Justin Thomas, taking the 3rd spot away, and Kyle Sargent is licking his lips, trying to make his way up there so that he can try and battle for that transfer position. 2 laps to go. Jeffrey Stewart, I'm sure, kicking himself for that contact. Both of those drivers were in. Majulis taking the white flag. He's got 4 more corners to take victory here in heat race number 5. Chance Crum is closing the gap, but running out of time. Swindale Speed Lab's going to take this one. Blake Majulis, Chance Crum. 3rd place going to go to Connor Lane, and 4th place to the 9 of Justin Thomas. Now, here we go. It's D main time. And you think, well, it's just the D main. This is time to go and get some popcorn or get your drinks or that sort of thing. But not the case tonight. Why is that not the case? Because the number 74 of Adam Elby, your current championship leader, is starting in 9th in the D main. Waiting on Cole Cabre to load in now. Cole actually not going to make it. Rusty Kruger as well. Not showing up for the D main. It is the top 4 advancing. Billy Rowley and Mason Hannigan make an all-team SETI front row. Robert Satterfield will move to the inside of row number 2 with Nathan Kropaszewski. Joshua Johnson and Brendan Lacey. Adam Elby and Philip Normandine. Seth Chaney and Mark Broderick and John Lowe will round out your field. So Elby catching a break. Well, now Cabre's there, but he's in the pits. Interesting. Elby is going to move up a row because of Cabre being out of there. But he's still got to pass 3 cars to make his way into the feature. Make his way into the C main, however. Gonna have to run the complete soup is LB, but we'll see if he can do it. Billy Rowley gonna give him green here. Good start for Rowley. Hannigan had one as well. See Satterfield trying to put something together. 1 car upside down. Caution flag gonna wave. Brennan Lacey was the man upside down. Here's the replay. Over the cushion goes Lacey, which turns him sideways. The backstretch had some fun as well. There you see Normandine. And there's also Kropaszewski out there. Rusty Kruger got caught up in that. Kruger, Normandine off the track. Everybody else, well, John Lowe looks to be off the track as well. Let's look at our running order right now. Kropaszewski was saved by the yellow there because he had lost 4th spot to Adam Elby going into turn 3, but the caution flag waved before they got to turn 3. So right now, Elby needs 1 spot to find his way into the C main and stay alive in this championship. Rowley, Hannigan, Satterfield, and Kropaszewski. Gonna take green here on lap 5. Adam Elby to the top of the track, right around the outside of Nathan Kropaszewski. Seth Chaney on the high side. He's trying to find his way forward. Cutting through this field at the moment. Slide job there. Got around Joshua Johnson. He battles back. Mark Broderick there as well. Broderick trying to get around Kropaszewski so he can take the charge to Adam Elby. Elby not done yet. Ooh, into the fence there down the backstretch. To the inside goes Adam Elby, trying to get around Satterfield. He's in the transfer spot, but he wants to continue to move forward. Mason Hannigan off the fence. Nearly caught Satterfield there. None of those drivers need contact. They're all in at the moment. Elby. I don't want to say he's playing it safe, but he's being very deliberate with his movements. Here's a big slide job on Satterfield, who did not get into turn 3 well. Elby's going to take second spot. 3 wide here as Mason Hannigan slides up the track to the inside of Satterfield. Billy Rowley's got 2 corners, and he's going to take D-main victory. Here he comes. Second place going to go to Adam Elby. Robert Satterfield third, and Mason Hannigan will be the 4th and final transfer into the C main. C main loading in now. So our championship contender, I say contender, championship leader, still alive. And he needs to come to the front. As we said, if James Edens can win tonight's race, Adam Elby, if he finishes 16th or worse, then he loses the Race 1 championship here in 360 competition. And he came in with a gigantic lead. Looks like the C main is going to push off without James Tiernan, who is scheduled to start to the outside of row number 3. Once again, Adam Elby catching a break. That's going to move him up a row. Zane Scott, Team SETI driver, inside row number 1 with Nathan Stein to his outside. Tyler Henselman and Charlie Bragg, row number 2. Kevin Hanley and Jonathan Smith, row 3. Peyton Grease and Danny Lawson, row 4. J.B. Craighead and Adam Elby, row 5. Billy Rowley and Mason Hannigan, row 6. Robert Satterfield will round out your field. This time it's 12 laps. Top 4 move on to the B. Never has the soup meant so much in 360 competition this season as Adam Elby tries to recover from heat race disappointment, which put him to the rear of the D, and now he's trying to get to the front of the C. Zane Scott going to give him green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Great start for Scott. He's got a big advantage. Nathan Stein into the fence, going to the back. Adam Elby already on his charge. Elby, contact! No! The championship leader mixed up in it! Caution gonna wave! Let's back it up and see what happens here. See, Hanley makes contact with the 42. That's Charlie Bragg, who turns in front of Adam Elby. Those two got crossed up. Absolute pandemonium there for a moment. Smith got wrapped up in it. You see Hannigan there. Nathan Stein, who started this race on the outside of the front row, now out after multiple incidents in the first couple of laps. There's your top 10. Zane Scott, Tyler Henselman, Peyton Grease, Jay Craighead. And Billy Rowley right now shown in 5th. He's up 6 spots. He won the D main and right now is looking at a chance to transfer here. Adam Elby in 9th after getting wrapped up in that. We're going to keep an eye on this, see if he can get around these cars. But not many laps left. These caution flag laps really hurt these drivers that are trying to make the charge. Goodness gracious. What can Elby do from the rear to try and keep his championship hopes alive? Zane Scott going to give him green, working lap 6. Another great start for Scott. Henselman holding off Peyton Grease right now. J.B. Craighead looking at Satterfield and Rowley to his inside. Into the fence goes Craighead. You can see him turned around there. Caution flag gonna wave. Let's back this up. Here he comes off of turn 4 into the fence. Collects Kevin Hanley. Cannot get off the wall there. Bringing out the caution, and you can see that car is crooked. Terminal damage on the 510. So that is it for JB Craighead, and we are running more laps that Adam Elby cannot pass any cars in. Elby is currently in 6th, but he needs to pass 2 cars to make his way into the B main and stay alive. He's not going to have much time to do it. In fact, I think he's going to have 2 laps. And those are quick cars there. Scott, Henselman, Grease, Rowley. Rowley won the D main and has climbed his way forward in this race. Elby, very fast, but he might need a little bit of help here. Once more, Zane Scott going to give him green off of turn number 4. All eyes are on the transfer battle. And our current points leader, Adam Elby. Here we go. Two laps left in this race. Billy Rowley in 4th. Adam Elby trying to charge his way forward. Rowley to the outside of Peyton Grease. He's got Robert Satterfield there with him, trying to take that transfer spot away. Adam Elby running out of time. White flag is out. Zane Scott in the lead of this race. Satterfield right there with Rowley. Elby just watching these cars go. Adam Elby's going to miss tonight's feature. Zane Scott, Tyler Henselman, Peyton Grease, and Billy Rowley will transfer, and the points leader goes down. Absolute worst case scenario for Adam Elby, who got involved in an accident in tonight's heat race. And that put him in the D main. He charged to the C, but another accident holding him back. And now the ball is in James Eden's court. Eden's is already qualified for the feature. And if he can find his way to the front, he can take the championship in race 1. We are loaded in here for the B main. 14 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance into tonight's main event. What a turn of events to create all kinds of drama. We are live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB and YouTube, Facebook and YouTube pages. And we have been treated to all kinds of drama so far here tonight. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Remember, this is race number 1. We've got an entire other program coming. Tim Berner, Richie Preston, row number 1. Connor Bolding, William Duvall, row number 2. Kyle Sargent, Bill Rocky, row 3. Randy Rockwell, Jeff Flaro, row 4. Thomas Garriott, Jeffrey Stewart, Zane Scott, Tyler Henselman, and Peyton Grease, Billy Rowley. Rounding out your field. We're going green for 14 laps. Top 4 go on. Good start for Berner. He's going to bring Connor Bolding with him. To the bottom they go. Richie Preston to the outside, trying to fight off William Duvall, who's charging. Duvall got a little crossed up down into turn number 3. He heads to the bottom of the track. Caution flag gonna wave. I do believe we've had a big incident here. Let's back this up. There you see it on the backstretch. 4 cars involved. Jeff Flaro is where it's going to start. They were 3 wide. He made contact with Jeffrey Stewart. That collects Peyton Grease. Tyler Henselman involved. That is Thomas Garriott as well. Looks like Flaro's still out there rolling. But Garriott and Grease in the pits. Berner, Bolding, Preston, and Duvall. That's your top 4 right now. Billy Rowley has climbed from the D main. He is currently in 10th spot. But he needs some green flag laps so he can make some passes. Going green here. Working lap 5. Tim Berner bringing him down. Connor Bolding blinking out there momentarily. 3 wide. Preston and Duvall crash down the backstretch. Caution is out. Richie Preston went to the high side. You see him come down the track a little bit into William Duvall. Both of those cars collected. Looks like a second incident there with Connor Bolding. And Bolding is... Let's see what happens here. I think Bolding's off the track. Into the fence goes Connor Bolding hard. See Rowley taking evasive maneuvers, and Bolding is out. Goodness gracious. 3 cars, all of them were in transfer spots. Out. on that restart. Every single one of them were in the show. Now it's Sargent, Stewart, and Rocky moving into the top 4. Zane Scott and Billy Rowley are the ones that are trying to charge, but they're running out of laps here. We're going to restart working lap 9. Time is running out. Here we go, taking the green, Tim Burner. Zane Scott and Billy Rowley to the outside. They've got around Bill Rocky. Now here they come on Kyle Sargent. They are 3 wide off of turn 4. Sargent to the inside of Stewart, who has made his way into second. Here comes Rowley. He's got the transfer spot down the backstretch. But contact! He made contact with Zane Scott. It got him crossed up. But he survives as a couple other cars spin. That was Rocky. It is Burner, Stewart, Scott, and Rowley. Your top 4 at the moment. Stewart now with the slide job on Tim Burner, trying to take the race lead. He's going to do it. Jeffrey Stewart, the elbows up SimSport driver who started this race in 10th, to the race lead. Jeffrey coming off of turn 4, looking at the white flag. He has 4 more corners to finish this off. Zane Scott going to put the slider here on Tim Burner. Here they come. Jeffrey Stewart's going to win the B main. Zane Scott second. Tim Burner going to come home third. And Billy Rowley will take the 4th and final transfer on to tonight's main event. And now it's time for our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products. Whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia, Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Just go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedenergygum.com for a boost of energy and focus as well. Wicked Relief Gum with CBD, a product that I absolutely love. Was not a CBD guy before trying it out. I can say that I definitely endorse this product. I wouldn't tell you that if I didn't actually believe it. Got some sitting in the drawer right over there. I'll probably pop one in here in our intermission. Right now it is Tyler Schell who is currently fastest in our warm-up. Now to third quick goes Tyler Schell. Connor Lane first. James Edens is second quickest in the warm-up. That's the guy trying to take away the championship. Can he do it? We're going to find out in mere moments. So here we go. 35-lap main event to determine the Season 3 champion here in 2019 for the 360 Race 1 Championship. It is elbows up SimSport driver Tyler Schell who's going to start tonight's race from the pole. On the outside of him is the 195 of Matthew McKinney. Kyle Sosnowski and Joshua Steinke, row number 2. Blake Majulis, Kendall Tucker, row 3. Colton Hardy, Shea Pallow, row 4. Craig Dunn, Chance Crum, row 5. Jeff Fitzpatrick and James Edens, Dylan Workman, Anthony Lepresto, Connor Lane, Skylar Castor, John Lepresto, Al Balducci, Chris Roberts, Justin Thomas, Jeffrey Stewart, Zane Scott, Tim Burner, and Billy Rowley round out your field. 12th spot, there he is. The white and purple number 52 Swindell Speed Lab driver James Edens. Adam Elby did not score heat race points, and he is not in this race. I cannot tell you the math on where Edens needs to finish, but if he gets up in the top 5, I can tell you that he will likely be our season champion. Keep an eye on the 52. Tyler Schell going to give us green for 35 laps. Here we go. Great start for Tyler. Kyle Sosnowski, the inside of the track. He's got Matthew McKinney right now, trying to hold that low line. Schell on the outside. Here they come. Joshua Steinke going to try to get into this battle for second spot. He's on the high side. McKinney slides up, squeezing him there, but there's 3 wide down into turn number 3. Shea Pallow making his way forward as well. Edens already up 2 spots. You can see him working the inside of Craig Dunn in 9th. Shea Pallow in 8th. Edens got them both in one corner. He's up 4 spots already. All of these cars fanning out. You can see the type of battle we got on our hands. We're about to have a battle for the race lead. Joshua Steinke has caught the back of Tyler Schell. They make contact momentarily as Schell got a little crossed up on the cushion. Steinke to the inside of the track. Slide job is in. Schell with the over-under, able to clear him. That cost Steinke a little bit of time there, but he's trying. Let's check in on second place in points. James Edens, he's 7th. 4 wide down the back. Wow, that could have been disastrous. You saw Majulis shoot to the inside, nearly taking the nose of Edens there. Sosnowski going to cut down the track. You can see Edens working that inside lane. Kendall Tucker, his teammate, to the outside, trying to get around that 52. Now Edens to the outside of Majulis. That battle in the middle of the pack there, really, really tight. See Chance Crum getting in there. Through the middle goes James Edens. He's going to get Majulis, but it crossed Majulis up. Blake Majulis into the infield, over an infield tire, and the caution flag's going to wave. A bold move by James Edens catches his teammate out. Let's back this up. Here you can see Majulis dive into the corner. Okay. Not really anything that Edens done there. Let's get a different viewpoint of it. You can see Majulis is going to get into turn 1, and that car is just going to be a little farther sideways than he thought, which is what gave Edens the run, really. Edens going to clear him, and then Chance Crum comes into the picture, not expecting Blake Majulis to be that slow. crumb spins on track, which is actually what brought the caution out. And now we reset. The drivers that you cannot see is third place Matthew McKinney, fifth place is James Edens, and eighth place belongs to Connor Lane. As it stands, James Edens should be your champion at the end of this race. Adam Elby came into this race with a 62-point lead, but he had to finish 15th or better to lock it up, and he is not in this race. James Edens coming forward, and Tyler Schell going to give him green. Steinke, the outside of the racetrack. Holding on to second right now, but Matthew McKinney trying to work that away from him. It's Colton Hardy in fourth. Eden still trying to catch these boys. 3 Swindell Speed Lab drivers right there together. But it's Elbows Up Simsport that is out front, and Black Diamond in second. Eden still working the bottom of the racetrack. Sosnowski has moved up. Now Hardy sees what his teammate's doing. He goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. Steinke closing in once more on Tyler Schell. Another challenge for the race lead incoming here as the Black Diamond Tim Sims machine working his way forward. Steinke going to try to hold the bottom. Schell's going to pull him down the backstretch. Caution flag going to wave here. There you see the reason for the caution. Down the front stretch, Zane Scott and the 93 of Chris Roberts going to come together. Looked like LaPresto made contact with Roberts, which sent him into Scott. And that's going to be it for Zane Scott here tonight as he pulls into the infield. Schell, Steinke, McKinney, Hardy, Eden, Sosnowski, Dunn. Connor Lane in 8th. Palo and Workman, that's your top 10. Lap 41 becomes our white flag lap. Past halfway. Wow, big problems. Find out who that was there. That was Connor Lane who had an issue on the restart. Ended up in the infield, did Connor, but we got a race for the lead. Here comes Joshua Steinke. Tyler Schell going to protect that position as he goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. James Edens has gotten around Colton Hardy, and now he's working on Matthew McKinney. Edens moving up the racetrack, and it's working for him. To the outside of McKinney, he's going to take that position. From 12th spot to 3rd, James Edens coming forward, trying to win a championship. Shell out front, trying to hold off Joshua Steinke, but James Edens might be quicker than both of them. Edens now trying to pull level with the 80 of Steinke. Steinke into the fence there just for a moment. He's able to recover. But Edens is coming. Edens now clear of Steinke and sets his sights on the race leader. James Edens knew he had to have a fantastic race here tonight to take the championship victory home. And he's doing just that. Edens side by side with Steinke. Steinke into the outside fence. He's still going. Colton Hardy trying to put himself into that top 3 battle. McKinney has dropped back into 5th. 6th place belongs to Craig Dunn. You see that battle, Sosnowski and Workman fighting it out there. Shea Pallow, Kendall Tucker, both of the Prestos in there as well. Let's get back to our race leaders. Here comes Edens. Up the inside, slide job is in. James Edens to the race lead. Let's see if Shell can fight back. They're side by side down into turn 3. Shell holding on, but here comes Edens. James Edens going to clear him to the race lead from 12th. The 2nd place driver in the championship, who is now taking control of this race and the championship all in one swing. Laps are winding down. James Edens looking to take all of the marbles here tonight. Hardy putting the slide job in. He's going to collect Steinke. Steinke into the fence. Can't tell if that car is broke or not. It doesn't look great. Hardy put the slider in. And Steinke ended up in the fence. Edens trying to protect the race lead. Tyler Shell has changed his line and looks to be a little quicker on the bottom. Fantastic battle for the race lead between James Edens and Tyler Shell. Edens racing for the win and the championship. Shell trying to take another victory here. Edens not giving him a whole lot of space. Colton Hardy starting to come forward now too. Tyler Shell to the inside. He took the race lead for just a moment, but we got lap traffic. Shell has cleared James Edens. Tyler Shell back to the race lead. Colton Hardy coming forward. Hardy, the only guy up front, working the high side, but they're running out of time. Edens now to the top. Here we go. White flag in the air, this time by James Edens on the outside. Tyler Shell on the bottom. Edens saw Hardy on top, saw how fast it was. Here he comes. James Edens on the high side. He's into the cushion. Tyler Shell up at turn number 4. He's going to take victory in Charlotte. And James Edens is going to win the championship as Colton Hardy clears them both out. There is your race winner. And right there is your champion. Your top three, Tyler Shell, James Edens, and Colton Hardy. Shell bringing home the victory, and James Edens, although I do not have official numbers, should be our Season 3 Race 1 champion in the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series. We're going to get these guys into Discord here. Get some interviews before we get ready for race number 2. If you're hanging out with us, don't go anywhere. We still got an entire other event to go. He is in with us now to the broadcast booth. Your race winner started on the pole, Tyler Shell. Congratulations, my friend. Put in a fantastic race. It was clearly not easy. You had to battle back there, but you came out on top.
Yeah, that was a hell of a race. Beginning, I had Josh on my tail the whole time, and then I kind of started pulling away from him, and then James passed me on the inside, and I know James was really good on the inside, and I saw some grip coming off. I run right around the tires, and I just believed in it, and it worked.
It seemed like James Edens, who made his way forward on the bottom, kind of showed you something there. Looked like the top went away momentarily, which is where you were mainly running. So did that kind of force you to change your line there, and all of a sudden you found something that you liked?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it made me like in 3 and 4, I'd run the middle. I saw some grip coming off there, but not right around the tires, and he showed me that, and it worked. I just ran with it for the last like 10 laps.
So we've seen you up front a heck of a lot here, Tyler Shell. This is the end of the Race 1 championship season, but plenty of victories here this season as you come in. 16-year-old kid with a relatively new team in Elbows Up Sim Sport, but a lot of success coming your way. You got to feel pretty good about where your program is at and the direction it's heading.
Yeah, for sure. The whole team is we're getting better each and every race we do together. We're getting the service better, and we're getting more comfortable. And I mean, as you can see, we were fast tonight. James had a little bit of internet issues, but Billy and Jeff came from far back in the soup because they got wrecked in their heat, and that showed speed, and they got to the feature. And yeah, I've been fast ever since I got here. We're having fun. That's what matters.
Race 1 victory, Tyler Shell. Congratulations, my friend, and good luck in Race 2.
Thanks, man. I would have to thank the team. I was up SimSport, EDU TV, Motorsports Beat, BS Air, and Do Products. Thanks for broadcasting, and Chris for putting this on. Have a blast.
There you have it from our race winner. We don't have James in the broadcast booth just yet, so let's go to Colton Hardy, who finished third here. Colton, you really came on there late. Where'd you start? That was about 7th place. Got up to the top 3 there. We saw you battling out with Josh Steinke and eventually made your way up there to take a shot at the race win. How'd you make it happen?
We just kind of committed to run the top there. We were decent on the bottom, but we knew the top was probably the quicker line, and we just couldn't do much with Stanky. Stanky was kind of holding us up there a little bit, and I threw a little bit of questionable slider on him, gave him the option to either lift or wreck himself, and he tried to stay in it and got in the fence. So I kind of apologized for that for him, but we were real good there at the end. Probably we were racing right there for the lead. James lane changed me there and took the top away, or it probably would have been real exciting coming to the checkered.
You feel like you needed a couple more laps there to make another charge?
I wouldn't really say a couple more laps. You just needed a clear lane on the top, and as soon as James took the lane away, it was kind of hard to run behind somebody since you never know where they're going to enter or how their car's going to bounce or something like that. So it's difficult. It's very difficult to enter behind somebody on the top with tracks like that.
Were you aware of the championship battle that your teammates Edens and LB were in tonight? Was that a thing for Swindell Speed Labs to be careful in that? Because when you're out there racing, obviously you want to win, but you've got some guys that were up there trying to do more in the championship as well. So was that cognizant in your mind?
Yeah, there's a little bit where you try to race smart around them and not try to put yourself in bad spots with them. And there's one point there, probably with 3 or 4 to go, where I could have made it 3 wide on the front straightaway, and I just kind of backed out of it to put me in a bad spot. Would have put James in a bad spot. So you got to be aggressive with them, but you also got to they're your teammates. You run them as hard as you can, but then at the same time you got to race clean.
Top 3 finish in race number 1. Colton Hardy, congratulations and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Well, we have him second place here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte, but more importantly, I have got unofficial word from the Dirty Old Bastards League admins, James Edens, your unofficial champion for the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series Race Number 1 Championship. Congratulations, James. You put on a hell of a show here tonight.
Thanks, man.
So from 12th spot, we saw you working that bottom. Clearly that car was working pretty good, and you were able to make a lot of moves there. How was that car going?
Yeah, the car was really good. Kind of, I don't know, just, being patient the first half, really tried to, work the tires, and then we had that caution and kind of pulled the wing back and just said, I'm going to try to keep my momentum up through the middle, and it seemed like the car really came to life then. I think we went 7th or 6th and then got, up to the lead there for a little bit. Just unfortunately, the middle kind of went away there at the end, and Show got back by on the bottom, so.
We saw you there on the top as well there for a moment. Was it a conscious decision to try and work that middle? I mean, obviously it was rolling pretty good for you, but the top got a little bit dangerous and bit a couple of guys too. Was it just something that your car just felt better down there, or were you trying to make sure that you didn't make too many mistakes?
A little bit of both. That the cushion was really really rough up there tonight. So I knew it was going to be treacherous. So I just figured, hopefully the middle would come back around, and hopefully some of them guys kind of weren't so good up there like they normally are, and it seemed to work out. I think there at the end, pretty much everybody was off of it. I tried it there the last couple laps, and it was just a little too rough.
So, James, you needed a really good race here tonight and might have even needed some misfortune for Adam Elby. I'm sure that you weren't really looking forward to your teammate having such a rough night, but you had one hell of a race to charge to the front and take control of that championship. How does it feel to take the championship here with just such a high-quality caliber of guys that run in this league and to do it in last race fashion?
It's always awesome. Yeah, the quality of guys that run here, week in and week out is second to none. Yeah, just really unfortunate there for Elby. Kind of taken out in his heat race, and then was just kind of stuck in the back and couldn't make it through the lower mains, and it was gonna be fun battling him. He pretty much just had to kind of make the feature, and he would have locked it up. So, just unfortunate for him.
Well, there you have it. Second place in race number 1 here tonight. First place on the season in the Race 1 Championship. Congratulations, James, and good luck going forward, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
So there you have it. Race 1 in the books. We are getting ready to get race number 2 set up here. I would be willing to wager that the lobby is already rocking and rolling. Don't go anywhere. We are getting ready to start our race 2 portion of tonight's events. If you are watching on Twitch, you don't need to do a single damn thing. If you are watching on Facebook on the DOB page, we will actually be starting a race 2 video. So you will need to come back to us here momentarily. So we are going offline on the Dirty Old Bastards, and the new video will be up here shortly. We are back live on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page. Getting ready for race number 2 here in the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series. We've got another 35-lap feature coming your way in mere moments. Looks like the lobby is up, so I'm going to hop in that. We just saw Swindell Speed Lab driver James Edens take second place in race number 1 and steal the championship away from his teammate Adam Elby. So race 1 champion in DOB 360 competition is James Edens, the Swindell Speed Lab number 52. We will talk about the season or the race 2 championship here in a moment to see who you will be watching in the bigger picture here tonight. So hot laps well underway here for race number 2. Currently only 3.5 minutes left before we get going with qualifications. So let's take a look here at our championship standings. It is an even larger points gap in the race number 2 championship. Chris Roberts is 70 points ahead of James Tiernan. Tiernan, who has 2 victories in Season 3 competition here in race number 2. 70 points the gap. That means that if Chris Roberts can finish 19th or better, he can win the championship here tonight. James Tiernan needs to do what Edens did last race, have a great race, and Chris Roberts really needs to miss the show. So it's going to be hard for James, but as we saw, James Edens did it. Can James Tiernan do it? Chris Roberts sitting pretty in the Race 2 championship. One more minute. We're going to kick this thing off with qualifications. We are live on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv, live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube pages. We appreciate everybody hanging out wherever you're hanging out. Going to crown 6 champions this week. Then we'll have a couple of weeks off before we get into season 4. Billy Rowley is the man who is quickest in hot laps. Second quick belongs to Kevin Click. Kendall Tucker is third. Zane Scott is fourth. Fifth place is Kevin Hanley. And that is it. 4 hot laps. We're getting ready to go here for qualifying in the race number 2 championship at the dirt track at Charlotte. 73 degrees the air temp. Track should hold on even better than it did in the first race. Let's check in with Justin Thomas here. Thomas taking the green flag here in his first lap. Crossing the line, 1:3.599. That is P7 right now. Zane Scott goes P1 in the Team SETI machine. Billy Rowley currently 12th. Kevin Click now P1. Coming around for lap number 2. We'll see if he can improve. He will not, as Rusty Kruger takes quick time. Adam Elby goes P3. Tyler Shell to P9. James Edens, who is now a 360 champion, getting ready to hit the track. James Tiernan, fighting for a championship himself tonight. Not sure what happened there with Tiernan, but neither of those laps were fast at all. Alex Smolder's out on track. Showing Tiernan at a 15.978, 39th quick. So something went severely wrong there. So Kendall Tucker ends qualifications as quick time. Just waiting on Alex Smolders to load in. And we will start to roll here for the first of 5 heat races. No D main here tonight, but we will have 5 heat races. Anthony Lepresto, the 57, starting on the pole. Race number 1 winner. Elbows up SimSport number 85, Tyler Shell to his outside. Colton Hardy, who finished 3rd in race number 1, inside row number 2 in his Looney Tunes sponsored machine. Kendall Tucker, his teammate, to the outside, Swindell Speed Lab driver. Dawson Hess and Tommy Rowe make up row number 3. Charlie Bragg and Craig Dunn, row number 4. And rounding out your field is the Kinzer Sim Team machine of Alex Smolders. So Anthony Lepresto is going to give him green here for 10 laps. Top 4 will advance. Here we go. Rough start for Tyler Shell, who's going to get slid by 2 cars. Back to 4th goes our race 1 winner. Kendall Tucker coming through here. Lepresto able to hold him off. Colton Hardy to the inside, going to slide up in front of his teammate. Maybe leave him a little room. Problems for the team setting number 57. The other car was Charlie Bragg. Actually, Tommy Rowe out of this race. We're staying green, though. Anthony Lepresto trying to get back to the inside. He was just slid by Colton Hardy. This time he has to leave Hardy room. He's not giving up. Here comes Lepresto on the inside. Can Hardy clear him down the front? He will. Kendall Tucker now with the slide job on Lepresto. Lepresto able to work the over-under. Tucker tries to fight back, is unable to do so, and might have Tyler Shell right there on him. Ooh, Shell into the back. Tyler Shell into the rear of Kendall Tucker, hits the outside wall and spins. And looks like that car is damaged. He's into the wall in turn 1 as well. Tyler Shell back to 7th. Terrible incident there, and that is going to give the 4th and final transfer to Alex Smolders. A war of attrition here in heat race number 1. Colton Hardy out front has Anthony Lepresto right there with him. White flag going to fly this time. Hardy, Lepresto, Tucker, and Alex Smolders. Off of turn number 4, Colton Hardy's going to take heat race number 1. Anthony Lepresto second. Tucker and Smolders rounding out your top 4. Peyton Grease in the Facebook chat saying he will try to not kill anyone this time in his heat. T. Tossi, Little Buddy, and Confide OH. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate that. We are rolling for heat race number 2. On the pole in the Mode Motorsports number 9, it is Justin Thomas. And to his outside, the shark, Peyton Grease, promising he's not going to bite anybody in this heat race. Inside, row number 2 is the team setting number 37 of Zane Scott. And to his outside, having a little bit of a blinking issue here, is the 5 of Rusty Kruger. Jeff Flaro and Dustin Sargent, row number 3. And rounding out your field is Scotty Edwards and Trey Long. Hopefully, Kruger's connection will clear up, but it's not looking good. He's going to drop to the rear of the field here to allow everybody the opportunity to not crash with that blinkage. So relinquishing the transfer spot is Kruger, who is the quickest qualifier in this heat. Thomas gives him green. Zane Scott up the inside of Peyton Grease, cannot take away that spot down the backstretch. Rusty Kruger is still blinking at the bottom of the track. Scott in third, contact with Dustin Sargent. Sargent back on track, but not before he is knocked back to 8th after contact with Zane Scott there. Now Scott under fire from Trey Long, who is charged from the rear of this field. Trey Long right now has the 4th and final transfer spot. Scotty Edwards is trying to take it off of him. Justin Thomas out front, Peyton Grease 2nd, Zane Scott 3rd. Trey Long holding on to that 4th and final transfer. After a couple early incidents, this heat race has settled in. One of our more tame heat races of the evening, but it's heating up for the transfer. Scotty Edwards to the inside of Trey Long, getting a run. Edwards in the 21, trying to climb his way forward. Problem for Jeff Flaro. He collects the 5, and that is it. Caution flag gonna wave. Scotty Edwards is in front of Trey Long right now, but that will not finish that way. Trey Long is going to come home in 4th, so that means Justin Thomas will win heat race number 2 and start on the outside pole of the feature. Peyton Grease will start, or will finish 2nd. Zane Scott 3rd, and 4th goes to Trey Long in the 059. Heat race number 3 coming. Starting lineup here for heat race number 3. Scott Masick on the pole in the 000. And to his outside, the Kinzer Sim team number 11, it is Cole Newhoff. Inside row number 2 is the 110 of Kevin Hanley, and to his outside, Team SETI's Kevin Click. Chance Crum, another Kinzer Sim team driver, inside row 3 with Mark Broderick, Brandon Igo, and Jesse Hare will round out your field. Top 4 will advance. 10 laps the distance. Here we go. Scott Masick to the inside. Cole Newhoffen going to take the lead off of turn number 2. Kevin Click following him through here. Or trying to at least. Kevin Hanley fighting on the inside there. Masick going to get back to the top. Click boxed in. He's trying to fight out of that box. Contact with Hanley. And I go down the backstretch. Kevin Click trying to recover, but knocked back to 7th. The quickest qualifier in this heat race. Tried to make it 3 wide off of turn 2. The move did not work out. And now he's got to fight his way out of a hole. Newhoffen, your race leader. Mark Broderick is now in 2nd. Chance Crum putting the slider on Scott Masick for 3rd. Kevin Hanley was the odd man out, but Masick is in the fence. He collects Igo. Igo recovers, but not before the 25 of Click works the outside. Oh, and now Igo's in the backstretch wall. Spins around, no caution. We continue on. So now the race is between Kevin Hanley, who currently holds 4th, and Kevin Click, who is trying to get back in those transfer positions. Mark Broderick trying to hold off Kevin Hanley here. The worst thing that could happen to Hanley is to have a little bit of contact to close that gap with Team SETI's Kevin Click. But right now, the slide job is in. He's around Broderick. Mark Broderick putting the slider in once more. These guys trading their position back and forth, but doing so nicely. Newhoffen taking the white flag. He got out front coming out of turn number 2, and he's never looked back. Cole Newhoffen going to take victory here in heat race number 3. Chance Crum 2nd. 3rd place will go to Kevin Hanley, and Mark Broderick going to bring her home in 4th. We are rolling for heat race number 4. On the pole, in the number 20, it is John Lowe. And to his outside in the 22, Team SETI machine, Mason Hannigan. Kyle Sosnowski inside row number 2 in the 177. And Adam Elby in the Swindell Speed Lab number 74 to his outside. Elby, who suffered heartbreak in race number 1, losing the championship to his teammate James Edens after a couple of incidents. This time, current championship leader in race number 2 competition is the 93 of Chris Roberts, who will start to the inside of row number 3 here in heat race number 4. Randy Rockwell to his outside in the 811. Lyle Johnson to the inside of row number 4 with the 98 elbows up SimSport driver James Tiernan to his outside. John Lowe going to give him green off of turn number 4. Here we go. Mason Hannigan under fire from Kyle Sosnowski. Remember, Sosnowski come from 5th to win his heat in race number 1. Going to try to do that again here. Hannigan holding firm on the outside, but Sosnowski going to take that spot. Slider in. Not giving up is the driver of the 22. And now Sosnowski to the outside, and he's got to run on John Lowe for the race lead. Ooh, a little crossed up there, a little bit of contact. Knocks the 177 back. Chris Roberts still trying to make his way forward. He is the odd man out right now. James Tiernan coming from the rear of the field. Remember, he had problems in qualifying that kept him from logging a lap. Now Adam Elby with the slide job on John Lowe. They're 3 wide for the lead off of turn number 2. Mason Hannigan. Tiernan now, slide job on Roberts. They're still 3 wide down the front. Elby leaving Hannigan room. Lowe now back to 4th after leading this race. Sosnowski with the slider. He leaves room for Elby. Hannigan under him. We got a fantastic battle here in heat race number 4. Roberts is around Lowe, or trying to get around him on the outside. So Lowe now back to 5th, and he's under fire from James Tiernan, who's trying to make his way into this race. So right now, points leader Chris Roberts is in a transfer spot. That is basically all he has to do to take this championship home. So doing what he needs to do right now is the 93 of Chris Roberts. Adam Elby, your race leader, takes the white flag. Coming off of turn 4, Adam Elby is going to take victory in heat race number 4. Sosnowski second, Mason Hannigan third, and Christopher Roberts will finish 4th and all but locks up the championship, as his championship contender, James Tiernan, will have to go to the B main. On the pole here for heat race number 5. Wicked Energy Gum Team Setting Machine, Billy Rowley in the 79. And to his outside, the Elbows Up SimSport driver, Jeffrey Stewart. John Lepresto and Matthew McKinney make up row number 2. Row 3 is Callum Norseman and Tyler Henselman. Rounding out your field is Bill Rocky in the 07. And the Race 1 champion in DOB 360 Sprint Cars, James Edens, who was able to climb his way forward and take the championship earlier this evening. That was a hell of a heat race there, Confide. Billy Rowley going to give him green here. Final heat race of the evening. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance. Good start for Rowley. Jeffrey Stewart trying to hold off John Lepresto. He will do so. Ooh, problems down the back. James Edens in another car. That's Callum Norseman. Those two made contact. All kinds of issues down the back stretch. They continue on, but they have lost a lot of time. Lepresto with the slide job in, and he collects Stewart, who's in with McKinney. Caution flag will wave. Big slider from Lepresto, sliding up the track. Well, it sounded to me like Jeffrey Stewart tried to lift to allow Lepresto into that line without contact. And when he did, Matthew McKinney ran over the back of him. It looked like there was more space there, but just did not turn out the way that Jeffrey Stewart intended. He paid the price for it. Now shown in 8th. He is off the track. It is Billy Rowley, John Lepresto, Tyler Henselman, and Bill Rocky, your top 4 at the moment. Callum Norseman has caught a break here because he can now catch up to this field and has a shot to make his way into the top 4. But he's got Matthew McKinney right behind him. You see McKinney's got some damage on the nose of that car. We'll see what it's got left in it. Billy Rowley going to give him green off of turn 4. Top 4 spreading out. James Edens threw a big slider in there to take 4th spot. But Matthew McKinney's going to try to charge his way into it. Edens, who had contact at the start of this race, was all crossed up. But now, in a transfer spot, if he can hold off his teammate McKinney. Rowley going to take the white flag this time by. He's got Lepresto right with him. Coming off of turn 4, Billy Rowley's going to take victory in heat race number 5. John Lepresto in 2nd. 3rd place, Tyler Henselman. And James Edens will round out top 4 and take the final transfer spot. And we are ready for our C main. Waiting on Jeff Flaro and Rusty Kruger to load in. Kruger had a little bit of internet issues. Not sure if he was able to get that rectified. Looks like cars are rolling, so I think he's going to be left out here. So, let's take a look at our starting lineup. On the pole in the 2-8 team, it is Callum Norseman. And to his outside, race 1 winner, Tyler Shell. Jeff Flaro and Jesse Hare, row number 2. Randy Rockwell, Bill Rocky, row 3. Craig Dunn and Lyle Johnson, row 4. Brandon Igo and Tommy Rowe, row 5. And rounding out your field will be the 72 of Jeffrey Stewart. A couple of these guys, Stewart, Dunn, and Shell all had crashes in the heat races as they were in contention for transfer spots. Callum Norseman going to give him green off of turn number 4. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance. Early start there for Norseman. Shell was able to keep pace, however. And Shell's going to take the lead down the backstretch. Around the outside into the race lead goes Tyler Shell. Jeff Flaro trying to fight there with Norseman. 4th place right now belongs to Jesse Hare, but here comes the 57 Team SETI machine of Craig Dunn. The Australian into 4th, taking hold of that final transfer spot. Slide job is in from Jeff Stewart, who is up from the rear of this field. Right now in 6th, chasing down Jesse Hare. Caution flag gonna wave. Problems for Brandon Igo. Let's see what happens here. Goes to the outside of Tommy Rowe. Wow, that's a wild one. Not enough space between Rowe and the fence. Igo taking a ride. Tyler Shell, your race leader. Norseman, Flaro, Dunn. It's a good break for Jeffrey Stewart. Field bunches up. He's going to have a shot here. Try and find his way into that top 4. Not a lot of laps left, however. We will go back to green on lap 8. That means 3 laps left in this race. Here we go. Great start for Tyler Shell. Big charge there from Jesse Hare, who put the slider in, was unable to keep it. A little bit of contact there with Jeffrey Stewart, who knocked him back into Rockwell and now squeezed into the fence. Jesse Hare and Stewart coming together. Stewart able to recover. He's going to feed a wheel. White flag in the air. Tyler Shell looking to bring it home. Shell going to take the victory. Second place going to go to Norseman. Flaro third, and Craig Dunn will come home with the 4th and final transfer spot. I think we could say that Jeffrey Stewart was not too happy with Mr. Jesse Hare and paid him back in kind. Was not for a transfer spot, so no real harm done necessarily, which is a good thing. Don't want to affect anybody's race. Got to get all those frustrations out. We leave them all in the previous season. This is it for the 360s after tonight. Couple weeks we'll be back up and going, but for right now, this one ends for all the marbles. On the pole in the 257, it is Dawson Hess and Scotty Edwards in the 21 to his outside. Kevin Click and James Tiernan make up row number 2. Matthew McKinney, Charlie Bragg, row 3. Dustin Sargent, Scott Masick, row 4. John Lowe and Tyler Shell, row 5. Callum Norseman, Jeff Flaro, row 6. Rounding out your field is the 57 of Craig Dunn. This is the guy we got to keep an eye on. The only other driver alive in the championship battle, trying to take it away from Christopher Roberts, who is locked in the feature already. If Roberts finishes 19th and Tiernan wins the feature, Roberts still wins the championship. Long way to go. We saw James Edens overcome the similar type of numbers, but Adam Elby did not make the race 1 feature. So it's a little different at this point. Dawson Hess going to give him green for 12 laps. Rough start for Scotty Edwards. Kevin Click going to put the slider in. Tiernan now down the backstretch trying to find a hole. We got one car around in the back. I think that is John Lowe, and that will bring out a caution. Lowe on the inside of the racetrack makes contact with Connor Lane. Surprised that brought out a caution, actually, because he was able to recover pretty well. But bring it out it did. And we will reset. How in the hell did Tyler Shell get 5 spots in that amount of time? Hold on. Look at that charge from Tyler Shell. Went 3 wide into turn 1. Drove around a whole lot of cars. Fantastic. Keeping himself alive here. He's got to get in that top 4. To do so, he's got to get around his teammate, James Tiernan. Dawson Hess, still the leader of this race. Shell is really the only guy that's made any positions up. We're going green off of turn 4. Shell to the outside once more. He is around Tiernan. Now to the inside of Kevin Click in contact. Kevin Click upside down. Caution flag going to wave once more. See Click sliding up the track. Shell's going to make the over-under move. Let's watch this here. You know, that just looked like the bumps to me. It looked like those bumps on the backstretch caught Click out, and that car hopped into Tyler Shell. Tyler Shell is being charged with the caution on that one. I gotta say, I don't agree. I don't think there was any malicious intent on that. Now, if they want to say that he jumped the start, because it seemed like Shell was on the outside of Tiernan going to the flag, that's a possibility. As far as that contact goes, I don't put that on Shell. That looked like just the bumps catching Click out. They made contact, and that was what it was. Kevin Click might be mad, but I'm gonna have to say that's not on Tyler Shell there. 2 cautions down. A lot of laps gone as we get ready to restart here in the B main. Tiernan, McKinney, and Masick up 2 spots and in those transfers. Scotty Edwards had some misfortune in there as well. He is down to 12th. 4th place belongs to Masick right now. He is trying to hold off Dustin Sargent. We've got a crash at the rear of the field. Tyler Shell's mixed up in that. He gets off the track. Everybody off the track. Looks like we are going to continue. Tiernan for the race lead on Dawson Hess. Slide job is in. Hess going to try to do the over-under. He's fighting back. Makes the slide job stick. Tiernan not giving up. White flag in the air. Here we go. Hess once more going to go to the bottom in 3 and 4. Tiernan this time is going to protect. Hess wheels Tiernan into the fence. Goes James Tiernan and back to 3rd. Hess going to win. McKinney 2nd. Tiernan 3rd. And Tiernan is not happy with Dawson Hess there. Scott Masick will finish 4th. And those drivers will transfer on to the A main. And we are in our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedreliefcbd.com for your daily dose of CBD as well. Kevin, I'm not sure what happened to Scott Edwards. It looked to me that when the caution flag waved for Kevin Click, Edwards was around on the front stretch after the caution flew. By having a little fun here at the end of the warm-up session, James Edens right now is P1. Second quick, Dawson Hess from the B main, turning some quick laps. Billy Rowley is 3rd. 4th is Adam Elby. And 5th to Cole Newellhoff. And that will end our warm-up session as we get prepared for the 35-lap A main feature. A race number 2 championship coming to a close here. We are getting ready to roll with race number 1. Remember, Chris Roberts is a championship leader there in the 93. He is battling with James Tiernan for the race 2 championship. Tiernan has to win, and Roberts has to finish 20th or worse. So the 93 basically locked up the championship when he got in, but we'll see what happens. Colton Hardy will start the race on the pole. He's got Justin Thomas to his outside. Cole Newhoff and Adam Elby. Billy Riley, Anthony Lepresto, Peyton Grease, Chance Crum, Kyle Sosnowski, John Lepresto, Kendall Tucker, Zane Scott, Kevin Hanley, Mason Hannigan, Tyler Henselman, Alex Smolders, Trey Long, Mark Broderick, Chris Robertson, James Edens, Dawson Hess, Matthew McKinney, and James Tiernan and Scott Masick round out your field. 35 laps the distance. One man is going to walk away with the race win, and one man's going to walk away with the Race 2 season championship. The dirt track at Charlotte, 35 laps. Colton Hardy going to lead them down and give them green off of turn 4. DOB 360 Sprint Car Series race number 2 championship coming to a close. Three wide for second. Newhoff in contact. I don't know how they got out of it. Justin Thomas and Adam Elby coming together with Cole Newhoff, and now Newhoff and Elby into the fence. More cars. Zane Scott and Sosnowski wrapped up in it as well. And Elby is done. Into turn 1. Adam Elby going to slide up the track, make contact with Newhoffen. We'll watch it one more time. Not sure who you put blame on there. Sosnowski looked to be trying to miss the crash, and he came down the track into Zane Scott. I think Elby and Newhoffen just going for the same piece of real estate. Might put blame on both of them. I don't know. Clown, thank you for the follow, my friend. Third place is Cole Newhoffen. He's not showing up on our graphic. John Lepresto is 8th. That is your top 10 at the moment. White flag going to move to lap 38. And we will have a single file restart next time by. Colton Hardy, your leader, going to give him green off of 4. Good start for Hardy. Cole Newhoffen to the bottom of the track, trying to make some moves. Billy Rowley to the outside. Oh, now contact with Rowley and Chance Crum. Caution going to wave. Rowley gets sideways, comes down the track. Chance Crum coming up the track. Anthony Lepresto getting caught up in that. He's got heavy damage to the front of his car. Chance Crum, I believe, is out. Kyle Sosnowski from that last incident is out of this race. James Edens was somehow collected as well. James Tiernan is in the pits. Billy Rowley has taken ownership of that caution and moved to the rear of the field. Our white flag moves to lap 41. And we can now say that the driver of the number 93, Christopher Roberts, is the DOB 360 Sprint Car Series Race 2 champion. Race number 1 came right down to the wire. But the Race 2 championship in the bag for Christopher Roberts, your season champion. So Colton Hardy going to get this race fired off once more here. This time by lap 41 becomes our white flag lap. You can see Anthony Lepresto has heavy damage to the front of his car and no front wing on that thing. We'll see what he can do with it. Justin Thomas keeping pace with Colton Hardy. Newhoffen right there with him. Peyton Grease inserting himself into this battle. Kendall Tucker around the outside of Grease. He's bringing Kevin Hanley with him. Lepresto has made his way around Newhoffen. Newhoffen fighting back. But you can see Lepresto's still plenty racy there without that front wing. Behind him, Kevin Hanley looking to split the middle on these cars. Hanley is flying right now. Kendall Tucker to the bottom of the track. Slide job on the Presto. Leaves just enough room. We're riding along with Kevin Hanley, trying to make his way forward. You hear how much he's using that throttle pedal. How bumpy the backstretch is becoming. 3 wide there with John Lepresto and Peyton Grease. Look at that thing hop down the backstretch. He had to lift to make sure he didn't make contact with the wall or Alex Smolders. Smolders coming forward in a big way. He started mid-pack. Right now running 6th. That top side pretty dangerous. Caution flag waves. Tyler Henselman off track. See what happens to him here. This looked like a real event. Into Peyton Grease goes Henselman. Can't get that car turned. So he's going to take a sojourn through the infield. Finally make his way back onto the track without losing a lap, I do believe. Third place is Cole Newhoffen. Fifth place, John Lepresto. Sixth place, up 10 spots, is Alex Smolders. You can see the track getting really rough on the high side. The middle was working good there for a little bit. We saw Kevin Hanley utilizing that. But then Hanley, his charge seemingly halted. White flag moves to lap 44. We are past halfway. Colton Hardy still leading this race. Green flag is out. Hardy and Newhoffen on the outside. Justin Thomas trying to work the inside at the moment. He's got Kendall Tucker down there with him. Newhoffen trying to take second spot off of Justin Thomas. Looks like Billy Rowley is out of this race as he just raided me. Did not see Rowley bowing out. But clearly something happened there. Rough race for him, considering he started out front. We saw that incident with Chance Crum. Right now, it's Crum's teammates who are coming forward. Cole Newhoffen trying to battle here with late race leader Colton Hardy. And behind him, Alex Smolders is up 12 spots from 16th. Kendall Tucker trying to follow him around on the high side. Justin Thomas still holding on to third. Colton Hardy out front has Newhoffen all over his rear view. Still able to navigate that high line is Hardy, but you can see how complicated it's becoming for him. Newhoffen now going to try to charge to the bottom. Here he comes. Cole Newhoffen with the slide job for the lead. Hardy, the over-under, is going to clear Newhoffen down the front. All four wheels coming off the ground down that backstretch. And these tracks slick off for whatever reason. We get big ruts on the backstretch here at Charlotte. Now, Alex Smolders taking some of the pressure off of Colton Hardy. He's able to get up here right on the back bumper of Newhoffen. Seemingly struggled there just for a moment. Allowed Newhoffen to get away from him. And now Newhoffen going to take another shot at Colton Hardy. This time he's got to leave him some space. But Newhoffen not giving up. Now, a little bit of an issue there. You saw that 11 car hop on the cushion down the racetrack. That gave Smolders a look. That top side going away. On board here with Cole Newhoffen. Let's get a feel for what he's dealing with. You can see now Newhoffen making a conscious effort to dive to the bottom off of turn 2, and then he cut out the bumps on the backstretch and gets back to the top into 3. It's working so far, but can he make the move that he needs to make? Laps are winding down here. 5 to go. Newhoffen right on the back bumper of Colton Hardy. Lap traffic in the distance. I'm not sure if they're going to get there or not, but Newhoffen's got a real good run now. Slide job in on the race leader. He leaves him space. Hardy off the cushion. Little bit of contact. He's in the grass. Colton Hardy from the race lead. He's back out on the racetrack, but he's lost a lot of positions. Hardy back to 7th. We're going to wait. We might put the rewind on that here in a little bit, but we've got a race for the lead. Newhoffen under fire from Alex Smolders. The two Kinzer Sim Team teammates battling it out. Slide job in from Smolders. Newhoffen back to the bottom of the track, clears his teammate down the backstretch. White flag going to wave this time. Alex Smolders has a run. Slide job in. Smolders taking the race lead away. Newhoffen battling back. Cole takes the lead. Smolders to the bottom of the track. Who's going to take it off of turn number 4? Cole Newhoffen is going to win race number 2. Alex Smolders second. And Justin Thomas will finish 3rd. Now I want to back this up. We're going to get back to this battle with Colton Hardy. Here's the slide job. Pass for the win right here. Newhoffen leaves Hardy space, but Hardy on the cushion got crossed up and he came across the nose of Newhoffen.